Hello. Good evening for those in Europe. I'm the Drunk Strawberry. Tonight we have another Super Mario Kart time trial 1 try tournament match for you. This time it's a Division 2 semi-final between MeridianPrime and GoombaNL, both Dutch runners, and it's a very Dutch affair since I'm Dutch as well. This promises to be a very good match. Division 2. The match tonight is a best of 9. Both players get to veto a track which is that will never be played. I see here that MeridianPrime banned MC1 while Goomba Beach 2. Like I said, it's a best of 9 match with a ranked player, and every subsequent track is I have as it. It looks like we're off with the first track. Donut Plains 1. Looking at the times the runners have previously run, MeridianPrime has a 1:21.92 as the best time, and 1:23.42 for Goomba. Both are off. Goomba taking out more conservative line teams. MeridianPrime taking full advantage of his experience, being well clear of the rough. And it seems that even though Goomba started off quite conservatively, he is eked slightly ahead now. MeridianPrime taking a bit of a grass hit that will cost him serious time. Donkey Kong Jr. takes a lot of time to catch up to speed, so losing any speed is a big disadvantage. Goomba entering the last lap now, probably heading for a 1:21 somewhere. Very nice 1:21.37 by Goomba. Very consistent lap times as well. Get the feeling that he has been practicing. Going for Ghost Valley 1 now. Doubt any of these players will attempt a platform jump, since it is nearly impossible to make it using non-entity strats. And we'll probably see a time around a 1:09 here. Both the players are pretty equal on this track, only 600 separate their best times in this track. Very tight line through that last corner by Goomba. His first corner. seem to be really close. MeridianPrime looks to be slightly ahead. Ooh, Goomba missing the last corner. Bit, that'll cost him some time. MeridianPrime now with a comfortable lead. Players entering the last lap now. So far, very solid driving from both players. Taking this very seriously. And that's a win for MeridianPrime, bringing it to 1-1. A 108.99 by MeridianPrime is just a bit slower than his tournament record on. Track where both players are also pretty evenly matched. MeridianPrime has the best time of 1:23.10, while Goomba has a 1:23.54. 1:23.10 by MeridianPrime is also the tournament record. Division 2. Both players getting the zoom start. It'll be interesting to see if any of them attempt a long boost on crossover jump. A strat that win you a lot of time but also lose you a lot. And they're evenly pretty ahead. Some tight lines. MeridianPrime seems to have catched up a bit. Of course, this was a one of the track ties in this tournament so far. So we might get a third one. Looks to be almost frame perfect. But slightly one nice. Looks like MeridianPrime has chosen Bowser Castle 1 as their next track. And MeridianPrime has the tournament record for Division 2 on Bowser Castle 1 with a 1:40.39. Interesting to see if either of these players will manually jump the bumper bars. Which again brings some reward and some risk with them. Goomba going for the bumper jumps, manual bumper jumps. Some of them. Gives him a slight advantage going into lap 2. Goomba taking a tighter line underneath the twons, gaining a bit more advantage. Seems like MeridianPrime did some boosting earlier, but oh, and Goomba hitting gold. bombs, giving the lead to MeridianPrime. Has now a relatively comfortable lead. He doesn't make any big mistakes. This could be his. MeridianPrime going into the last lap as the leader. And that's another win for MeridianPrime with a 139.89, which is a tournament record. That goes to show that these players are going all out to reach the finals. The opponent of the winner from this match will be decided in the coming match on Friday, where I will be playing IDSXO for another spot in Division 2 final. And I must say, if I make it to that final, I'll have my work cut out for me. These players are driving really well. Aero Circuit 2, a windy, twisting track where a lot of time can be win or lost by turns tight. Even go for a pipe jump in between the last section. Again, these players are very closely matched coming into lap 2. Meridian getting a slight boost out of the hairpin. GoombaNL seems to have eked out a slight advantage, driving slightly tighter lines. Goomba's lead has increased a little going into lap 4, unless he has to make a U-turn of shame in the hairpin. I don't see MeridianPrime catching up to this. Going into the final lap. Goomba keeping it really cleanly. And onto the home stretch. And another win for Goomba with 136.35. 139.93 for MeridianPrime. This is not a new record for this track. The record for this track is 135.63. It's set by some guy, I don't know who. I've been told he's very handsome. Going into Choco Island 1. MeridianPrime has the tournament record here with a 104.99. Things to watch out for are the little bumps that can throw you off course and into the darker chocolate, which in turn will slow you down a lot. Goomba seems to have had some trouble, and again has some trouble slowing down, hitting one of those bumps, getting thrown off track. MeridianPrime having a very substantial lead now, getting slowed down a bit by the molten chocolate. But again having roughly a 2-second lead now. Prime almost getting caught off guard by one of the bumps. But taking a white line in the last corner. And into the last lap. Prime staying out of trouble and winning with a 1:06. Then 1:08.57 for Goomba. Three for both players. I wouldn't be surprised if this turns out to be an 8-9 final score. Donut Plains 2. And one of the more twisty tracks, especially the part by the lake where the path is narrow. Both players getting their zoom starts. MeridianPrime getting a slight boost coming out of the hairpin. Ooh, and Goomba going through the grass, that'll cost him a lot of speed, a lot of time. MeridianPrime slightly ahead. Keeping clean through lake part. And profiting from a small boost. I wouldn't be surprised if MeridianPrime has also been practicing. Both these players have improved immensely since I've last seen them play. Ooh, Goomba hitting a wall there. Well, unless this goes horribly wrong for MeridianPrime, he has this in the bag. MeridianPrime going wide in the last corner, but still has a healthy lead going into the last lap. That's 37 for MeridianPrime. Three seconds off his tournament record, but still a winning time at 1:38.50 for GoombaNL. MeridianPrime seems to have lost a lot of time in the last two laps where Goomba made up a lot of time. Mario Circuit 4, also like Mario Circuit 3, a twisty track. Keeping tight lines through the corners is absolute paramount in order to get a good time. Both players seem pretty even. Goomba took a tighter line through one of the hairpins at a small lead. Seems to be keeping it tighter in general. Goomba still has a slight lead. MeridianPrime taking some daring lines through the pipes. Slightly tighter line for Goomba through the hairpin. And they're both within one mistake range. So this still could go either way. Oh, MeridianPrime with a pipe hit. Giving Goomba a lot more advantage now. Going into the last lap, that is probably killer. Looks like we're back to 4-4 with a 148.91 for Goomba and a 149.4 for MeridianPrime. Goes 32 now. Looks like MeridianPrime took a sort of jump start, went ahead before he gave ready to the referee. We'll just wait up for Goomba to catch up and start his race. MeridianPrime keeping it relatively safe, staying away from the gap in the last section, staying relatively wide in the corners, avoiding the blocks. Hitting those blocks will cost you time if you won't even fall off of them. Meridian staying just shy of a 106 with a 105.94. GV2 means he has a provisional tournament record on this track. By using a similar approach, wide of the gap in the last sector and being well clear of the blocks in the corner, trying to get it in a good flow. Into the last lap now. $106.50. That's another point for MeridianPrime. You can see all in all, MeridianPrime just was slightly faster every lap. Staying below 13.10 on most of the middle laps. Goomba picking Rainbow Road as their next track. It'll be interesting to see how many risks these players are willing to take on this track. A really fast time can be achieved by jumping over the corner edges. Could also mean something way in deep dark void. Will consume many valuable seconds. Will be hoisted back on the track. Again, as we've seen by many races, both players are pretty much synced. Nearly frame perfect. This will pretty much be decided by whoever, if any of them falls off. Ooh, MeridianPrime getting caught out by the thwomps on the straight, losing speed, losing time. Goomba taking a comfortable lead because of that. Going into the last lap, Goomba still has a comfortable lead. So barring any big mistakes, it will bring the score back to 5-5. That's it, 133.51 Goomba and 135 flat for MeridianPrime. A 133.51 is just under the tournament record of 133.56, which was held by MeridianPrime so far. MeridianPrime is to pick the next track. Could be Bowser Castle 2. There's a zone of dangers that you need to avoid. The lava jumps, there are thwomps. The first lap, the thwomps are still up, so you can get a nice feel for the layout of the track, get your groove in. Starting with the second lap, thwomps will randomly rise and fall. You need to account for that. The rules are that this is a first to 9 time trial match. Both drivers set a time on the same track, best track, as time on any track gives them a point. Loser picks the next track. Goomba looks to be slightly ahead. Oh, and both players making a mistake into turn 2. Having a lot of slowdown. Giving the lead to MeridianPrime. There's now roughly a second lead. Either of these players choosing to manually jump the bumper gaps. But for the first one, second straight. players so far pretty clean through the last lap. And it will be a 6-5 for MeridianPrime, the 1:57.05. He has the tournament record with a 1:54.64. Goomba taking his time picking the next track, knowing that it's very easy with the wrong track and losing another point. He goes for Ghost Valley 3. Ghost Valley 3 is one of the two tracks where Goomba has a tournament record in Division 2 with a 1:28.27. Will either of these players go for the platform jump? Goomba goes for the platform jump, taking an early lead against MeridianPrime. MeridianPrime choosing to go for the safe route and not taking the platform jump, seeing as Goomba has already taken 2 platform jumps. Lead is substantial now. Platform jump saving you roughly a second. Prime needing to take a bit of a slowdown in ladder. Back straight. Seems like Goomba made 5 out of 5 platform jumps. Very impressive. And 1:22.94 for Goomba is by far the tournament record for this track. Very consistent times by Goomba, all around 16.5. Prime seems to be picking Bowser Castle 3. Track uniformly hated by most SMK players because of the pump wall. Pump wall will boot very well. As of your race, all pumps are down, no place to go. Goomba slightly ahead, going into lap 2. Neither of these players manually jumping over the bumper bars. It's one of the trickiest things to do on this track. MeridianPrime almost getting flat by a thwomp, now getting stopped by a thwomp, and Meridian getting stopped by a thwomp. tricky part about this track is that these bumper jumps are positioned in such a way that you cannot fully take them at full speed. So you need to slow down a bit. MeridianPrime getting a good advantage because of Goomba's on-ball hit. Prime slowing down just before the first bumper bar. Having a healthy lead. Coming up to the last lap now. Both players are getting a small wall hit. Prime almost getting hit by a swamp, managing to get underneath it. Goomba trying the trick of jumping left of the most left swamp. Not succeeding, unfortunately. MeridianPrime taking a win with a 1:54. 2 minutes 3 seconds for Goomba. Previous results in this match are anything to go by. Goomba will win this next track. Goomba going for Vanilla Lake 2. Quick. Track where you can win a lot but also lose a lot. MeridianPrime hitting a pipe going onto the second straight, giving a slight lead to Goomba, who goes for the ice sheet jumps instead of plowing through the snow. MeridianPrime being slowed down any further by ice block hits. Goomba hitting a ice block on the way through, not slowing down too much. Both these players taking it relatively safely, trying not to make any mistakes at all. Dip them in the water, staying out of trouble. Goomba with a 1:10.66 takes another win. 1:13.74 MeridianPrime. Division record is a 1:07.42. Both these players really close to that. And Prime going for Donut Plains 3. Goomba deciding to pick a different character. This is also one of those tracks where you need really precise in steering inputs. A lot of the track is very narrow, whereas it will cost you a lot of time. So the part with the broken bridge is tricky to navigate. MeridianPrime going through the grass, giving a comfortable lead to Goomba, who despite his slower character manages to get the best out of it. taking advantage of the high maneuverability of Toad, even though he hits the Gopher, allowing MeridianPrime to get back on track. MeridianPrime with a slight lead. MeridianPrime seems to be boosting a lot on this track and taking a water dip, giving the lead back to Goomba. Now MeridianPrime will have a lot of trouble getting back up to speed. This looks to be Goomba's race to win now, getting over the broken bridge. Making it past the moles. On 34.60 is a very good time by Goomba. This is indeed a match point for GoombaNL, but MeridianPrime gets to pick the track. Interesting to see what he'll choose. Looks like it'll be Choco Island 2. It's a first to 9 match because both players get to ban a track. So there are 18 tracks to pick from. And Goomba with Toad, relying on the higher maneuverability of it. So Toad might give Goomba a slight advantage coming out of the chocolate lake. Toad having a slightly higher acceleration, so he will have less trouble getting back up to speed. Whereas Donkey Kong has a high speed. He will have an advantage on most of the other parts of the track. So far Goomba seems to be slightly ahead. MeridianPrime getting saved by a slight boost in the off-road section. MeridianPrime seems to be slightly ahead, going over the finish line in a 102, while Goomba came through in a 103. Let's see how this match ends. Finishing with a 118 and a 117.96 for MeridianPrime, bringing the score back to 8-8. So Goomba has the advantage going into this very last race of this match. He gets to pick the track. This can only be any closer if on this final race both players achieve exactly the same time. We'll have to run the track again. Going for Koopa Beach 1. It seems to be choosing Toad again. most players get the exact same time in the race, they will try the track again. MeridianPrime seems to be slightly ahead. Almost at that 2. Taking a lot of risk jumping over the deep water. MeridianPrime hoping he'll have a higher top speed than Goomba, while Goomba hoping he'll have a better acceleration coming out of the water. So far, MeridianPrime seems to be slightly ahead again. Oh, and a drown for MeridianPrime. That'll probably cost him the match. By entering the last straight now. Clearing Carroll's corner. Coming home in a 1:07.40. 1:09 for MeridianPrime. Oh, that's it. Our winner is Goomba. We'll be facing off against the winner between me and IDSXO. Will be next Friday. See if we can get either of these players in for a bet.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It was a very tight match.
Oh, I'm shaking, dude. I cannot believe it. Oh my god.
It really went toe to toe. It's almost the one who got to pick the track won it.
Yeah, I have no idea how it would have went, how we like played all tracks. It could have gone either way. I can't believe it, man. I think that's a PR.
Yeah, the KB1 is still on screen, and you have a 1:07.40 there, and your tournament best was a 1:10. So that's very, very good race.
Oh my god. Oh, thanks. I really want to mention that throughout the whole match there, I felt like I couldn't afford a single mistake. Like GV1, for example, I made one mistake. I didn't even lose all my speed. I just hit the wall, went wide, and I mean, I still lost, even though I drove the rest like fine. I'm really happy about Ghost Valley 3, the 5 out of 5 platform jump.
I had that noted here, yeah, that was a big surprise to me, because the earlier matches you didn't even go for one platform jump, I remember.
Yeah.
Now you got all 5 of them. Have you been practicing?
No, not at all. So, me and Patrick, we decided like, all right, should we just agree to not practice before the match? So we didn't. But the one thing that I found out right before the match was my approach to the platform jump as I was warming up, and I don't know, it paid off, man. I feel really fortunate that it worked out.
Yeah, 5 out of 5 platform jumps is something most people won't even attempt in a one try, let alone land it. I see we have a MeridianPrime in chat as well.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
man. GG's, dude.
GG, Mike.
That was a
Oh.
very, very tight race.
1-0, 1-1.
Yeah. Was there ever a 2-point lead? I don't think so, right?
No.
No, it was the biggest
Just a swap of
distance.
lead.
Yeah, a swap of lead and somebody winning 2 tracks in a row, and then the other guy winning 2 tracks in a row. So that's pretty much as awesome as it could have gone. And both your BC3s were full of incidents, let me say it like that.
I don't know.
My donkey was thirsty.
Mine was ready for a big hug by a thwomp or a wall or anything that I can hit my card on.
Every time I made a mistake, I'm like, okay, Mike wins. And then he also makes a mistake, and it's like within the same second, like, oh, come on. If I just one mini turbo would have been enough.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. But then with you, Patrick, it was like, oh, I mean, sometimes it would happen, like GV1, and so on all the tracks is like, oh, just one mistake, that's it, you know. And then, I mean, sometimes sometimes it was so close. Oh, even the crashes were synced apparently. So
yeah. Drowned. I had a Twomp blockade in BC3. I had a Twomp blockade at BC2, but so did you. So we're pretty much traded it off.
Yeah. That was a really fun match to play, man. That was good fun.
The most exciting moment was when I was done racing. I went back to my phone to type in my time, and was hoping Goomba wasn't typing already. Because then I knew I lost already.
Yeah, that's what I was scared for too. Like immediately as my phone screen turned on, my eyes immediately flicked down to the bottom screen to see if not MeridianPrime is already typing. So I really experienced the same thing. I swear it could have gone either way. Like the difference was minuscule.
Yes,
Yeah.
on some part I was like, my laps were like same time, and then the last one was like 0.3 off, and I was like, oh, let that not be the one. But on some tracks you were like ahead of me, even if I didn't make any mistakes.
Yeah,
you kept it so tight that if I made a mistake, it was pretty much a giveaway.
Yeah, same, man. Like GV2, you got a 105. That's insane.
And DP2 was also very tight, which you might not have noticed, because MeridianPrime's last 2 laps were significantly slower than Goomba's last 2 laps. Goomba made up a lot of time in those 2.
I crashed really hard in the middle, like twice. And then the last 2 laps, I'm like, you know what, whatever, it doesn't matter anymore. And I just race out of my mind. And then I see like 1 second faster time at the end. I'm like, oh my god, if only I didn't crash, dude.
Between you and me, it could have been either way.
I agree, for sure.
But I think if none of us would made a mistake, maybe I would have like a small margin of a lead, but that's like gone in the breeze. Seriously.
Yeah.
So I
agree.
think if you would play Mario Kart a little bit more, yeah, it would have been like a copy paste.
Yeah, on some tracks you guys were almost frame perfectly synced. It's incredible to see.
Must have been amazing for people to watch, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because it wasn't like a walkover, like, I don't know, 9-4 or something. It was like literally like 1-1, 1-2, 2, 1-1, 2, 2, 2, 3-3, 1. Oh. And I was thinking, okay, which course is like absolutely horrendous that Goomba had little to no experience? And I was like, yeah, Choco Island 2. Come on, give me those donut planes back to back. And I'm like, okay. And, oh man, well done, respect.
Likewise, my guy. That was really good.
Because Meridian, I think you chose Vanilla Lake 2 and DP3 back to back.
I
No,
chose Field 2, and
Oh, you
Patrick
chose
chose DP3.
DP2 and DP3. Oh, yeah, DP3 for sure. It's one that I recently PR'd, so it was like the best in my fingers yet.
And
but
then
yeah.
you had a drown.
Yes. Was a short one, but enough.
Yeah.
And on Cooper Beach 1, I for some reason made like a very nice discovery for my own, like taking the corner even sharper. And apparently lap 4 I took it too sharp, as you can still see on the stream, 17:01.
Oh yeah.
If it would have been like a 13, with like at least 2-3 seconds faster, like by default. The last one was actually jumping the last deep water. I was like, I have to, and I took the jump.
I went for it 5 out of 5 the last jump, but I kept hitting the dark sand, like I got that little skid. But I knew that I had to make that jump. I had to take like many risks pretty much in order to keep up.
Yeah, if I didn't touch the water, I probably would have been like one of the top 5 again. As you can see, I only have like 103 with Donkey once and the rest with Yoshi.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get a 48 seconds with Yoshi?
It was like lap skip, final lap skip.
Okay.
Don't ask me when I did that. Probably when I read it in a magazine or something. This cartridge has never been reset. So.
Oh really? Mine resets as soon as I turn off the SNES.
Except miraculously for VL2. Only that track was reset when I started playing again.
It knows. Knows which track doesn't matter. Sorry, Karel.
But
right.
now looking back at your lap times, you were ahead and slightly behind. PR on the last lap. If I just kept driving, it would have been like maybe a tie on the last one.
Yeah.
It was super, super tight.
Yeah. It'll be really good to watch back. I'm gonna do that pretty much right away.
Well, yeah, well done, and I hope to see you at the Mario Kart Championship.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to the All-Stars event?
I'm probably gonna be the one typing the scores, but time trial I can always do. I can just do while typing.
I'll still have to consider it, seeing the COVID situation and all. But yeah, I'll definitely think about it.
Awesome.
Hey, I won my title back, Mike. You better show up.
That's it, dude. I'm retired. That's it.
You ain't gonna COVID reason skip this one.
Well, we'll see about that.
All right, man.
Okay.
GG, was an honor.
GG's, man. Likewise.
Next up, Dokapon Kingdom. Shore's just like, what?
Yeah, this is just between you two now.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay, well, guys, thank you very much for such an awesome race.
Thanks for commentating.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna look back.
Yep.
It will be interesting to see who you meet in the finals. Do you guys have anything else to say?
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Hey, awesome. Well, thank you to all the viewers. I'm gonna wrap up here. See you next Friday for the match between myself and IdeasXO for the second final place. And until then, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.